Assalamu alaikum students, and a very good morning to all of you. I hope you all are doing good. This is Miss Azmana, your English teacher, with your third week's home task. The topic of lecture today is going to be past simple tense. Now the things that we will be doing, or I'll be explaining you students, how to form a past tense and when to use a past simple. It is very important to know that English language has different types of verbs. First is regular verb and the other is irregular verb. So we need to know both of them. It is advised that we should have a common understanding or common learning of some of the irregular verbs. Look at these sentences. I walked to school yesterday. He paid for the dinner last week. Now see students, both the sentences are in simple past tense. Now let's see how to form a past tense when we have singular subjects. We have regular verbs with us. Regular verbs are those verbs which are just ending with ed. For example, push turns into pushed. I kicked the ball. You closed the door. He wiped the table. Now, how to form a past simple tense when we have plural subjects. With regular verbs, we have verb, the first form of verb, plus ed at the end. For example, look and looked. Such as we walked to school, you watched the tennis match, they marked the test. Over here, I used the plural subjects we, you, and they. Now, students, let's see how to form a past simple tense with verbs which are ending with e, such as live, close, wipe, etc. We just use d at the end of such verbs. For example, I lived here in 2012. He closed the window. They wiped the floor. Let's see how to form a past simple tense for the verbs which are ending with y, and especially when they're preceded by a consonant, the consonant be, for example, P, V, and D in spy, envy, and study. The y becomes I. He spied on his neighbors. We envied her cousin. They studied a lot. Now let's see how to form a past simple tense when your verbs are irregular. Now students, irregular verbs have a unique past tense. For example, I built the shed last year. The built word, the built has come from the word to build, from the infinitive to build. She taught English in the 1990s. From the infinitive to teach, I made taught. We ran in the marathon of 2012. From the infinitive to run, I made, we ran. So, irregular verbs are not exactly changed by adding a d or ed, but there's a certain change in the spelling for the irregular verbs. Now students, let's learn how to form a past simple question. For all the verbs, that is regular and irregular, we use the auxiliary did with the first form of verb. For example, did she talk to him in the morning? Did you ride your bicycle yesterday? Did they work on the farm last year? Now you see students, I used the auxiliary verb or helping verb did, and I'm using the first form of verb with it. Make sure that you do not use any other form of verb. Now I'll tell you, where do we use past tense, or what is the use of past tense? It is used for the things that happen in the specific time in the past or the time which has passed or gone. For example, we use certain words yesterday, this morning, or in 2009, such as he left for New York yesterday, we ate our breakfast this morning, they got married in 2009. So we have the indicators yesterday, this morning, 2009, which tell us that the sentence is past tense. Now students, we also can make a use of simple past tense by adding when, and just after when we can add the auxiliary did. For example, when did you buy that t-shirt? Or when did you graduate from high school? So this is how we make the use of when, and whenever we're using this when, we are going to use auxiliary did, and we make sure that we use the first form of verb with it. Thank you very much, students. Stay tuned for the next lesson on past continuous or progressive tense. I hope you've understood simple past tense very well. See you next time. Bye-bye.